Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video. I think she's getting kind of tired of talking about Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about a prediction coming true. This is a tweet of mine from a couple of weeks ago. I said that journos are going to be strongly discouraged from covering Hogwarts Legacy favorably by their peers, and people who stream it are going to be harassed, and that is actually happening as we speak. As I understand it, there are people who have been invited to playtest the game, or they've gotten early copies of it, or they're talking about the game favorably, and their accounts are being spoofed by, apparently, people who have had run-ins with J.K. Rowling before, or at least they're aware of it. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but clearly there is some coordination, back channel against people who are covering Hogwarts Legacy, whether it's streaming it or giving it good reviews, or making sure they don't put that, making sure they put that disclaimer in at the end of any article talking about Hogwarts Legacy that J.K. Rowling is a terrible, terrible person. So we're going to talk about this because it's not affecting sales at all. Actually, if anything, it's increasing the sales of Hogwarts Legacy, which is on track to become the highest selling game of the year, as I understand it, and it's only January. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 290, almost 291,000 subs. Hit the subscribe button, please. Make sure you're still subscribed. Sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe people, and I've actually had people come to me and say, hey, did you kick me out of your channel? I'm like, I don't have the power to do that. It means that YouTube doesn't think you're a real sub or something, so make sure you subscribe. So yeah, Hogwarts Legacy topping Steam for weeks, and there were some gaming journos crowing about how Counter-Strike, I guess, was ahead of Hogwarts Legacy. I'm like, of course, it's free to play. Of course it is. But now it looks like Hogwarts has regained the top spot. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how J.K. Rowling does not care about your feelings basically anymore. She's rolling in the dough, and then we'll talk about how she makes money off of Hogwarts Legacy, which is the problem a lot of these activists and journalists are having, is that you buy this game, she gets paid. So this is coming from Fox News. J.K. Rowling deeply amused by lost admiration. Critics, I'll follow it where I keep my missing fucks. Yes, that's what she said. Deeply amused by those telling me I've lost their admiration. Due to the disrespect I show violent, duplicitous rapists, I shall follow your lost admiration carefully in the box where I keep my missing Fs. Missing fucks. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She does not care. This received immense support from other Twitter users applauding her for fighting back against her harsh critics. Javon O.A. Williams, National Committee Man for the Virgin Islands, wrote, this woman's ability to string words together that cut at the very soul of the person on the receiving end of the insult should be commended. As a former British subject, I don't normally approve of this behavior, but for J.K. Rowling, the exception is always granted. Carry on. But you haven't lost the respect of those of us who are far more intelligent than the bunch of losers who are just downright stupid. You carry on saying what you're saying. Maybe people will actually understand what they seem to so far not have. Talk radio personality James Whale. Talk radio personality, right? I like her. American singer Parker McCollum tweeted, the American conservative. So this is a totally different audience. Totally different audience than what JK had 20 years ago, because a lot of these people would have applauded her books being banned. They were not happy that Dumbledore was gay. I do remember that very well. I remember, religious schools, Christian schools banning the book, people burning Harry Potter books, and now we've come full circle, right? It's that whole horseshoe theory thing. Now it's the far left that are coming after J.K. Rowling too, because she's not on board with, certain opinions these days. This was the latest in a series of tweets that Rowling has put out in the past few years defending women's rights in female-only spaces in sports in the face of growing transgender activism. These comments have led to many on the left referring to the author as a TERF. And of course, we saw the signs. She's not just doubling down. She is tripling, quadrupling down. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to agree with her. You don't have to agree with her opinions. You can even be like, okay, maybe she's got a point, but maybe she should stop tweeting or whatever. It's not affecting her bottom line at all. The game is selling very, very well, and that's making a lot of people very angry. It's so bad that Newsweek did an article. Is J.K. Rowling making money from Hogwarts Legacy? What we know. Of course she is. Dumbass, of course she is. News website for geek girls, in quotes, the Mary Sue has made it clear that they are over Rowling. Trans writer Jack Doyle detailed Rowling's alleged transgressions toward the trans community mean tweets, on the site in late December, calling her capacity for nonsense as boundless as the Forbidden Forest. Members of the website and countless others online have asked people not to buy the new game. It's working very, very well. That's working very well. Even if you're a fan of Harry Potter, you don't need to keep spending money to feed her machine or build her platform. Everybody going after this game, which is so weird. Everybody's going after the game. Everybody keeps forgetting that most of her money comes from Universal. And I am not telling people to attack Universal by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying, like, this game could get canceled and it wouldn't affect her at all. She's making bank from the wizarding world. Every time somebody buys a butterbeer, every time you buy a ticket to get into Universal, some of that money is going to J.K. Rowling. It's going to be really interesting, the moral dilemma that video game journalists are going to find themselves in when Super Nintendo World opens, because some of that money, every ticket sale, is going to J.K. Rowling. Because they got to pay her a lump sum every year, right? Now, not like literally out of every ticket sold, but the price of the tickets have gone up, and a lot of that money is going to J.K. Rowling. A lot of money is going to be going to Nintendo. See what I'm saying? Like, she's getting paid either way. So you better boycott Universal, because you even show up at that park, they're going to give her some of your money. That's the deal. That's how they got the Wizarding World. So Sebastian Croft is, again, he got canceled, kind of. He's voicing the main character, and he signed on like 3 years ago. And they tried to come after him. I mean, anybody associated with this game is getting attacked, right? So I want to talk about people covering the game. So anybody covering the game or anybody playing the game or streaming the game seems to be under attack now. There seems to be somebody or some buddies going around and impersonating certain accounts that have been favorable toward Hogwarts Legacy, right? So this person, Jesse Gender, comes up a lot. Jesse Earl apparently writes for GameSpot, Microsoft, Rotten Tomatoes, The Advocate. So journalist, and was calling for a boycott of J.K. Rowling. So Jesse comes up because Jesse's putting these tweets out here saying that people quite literally are using Harry Potter to advocate for violence against trans people and tell trans people to kill themselves. I understand the struggle with still loving the franchise, but cannot be reclaimed by fans while an anti-trans bigot continues to own it. Well, she's never going away. Here's the thing though. This tweet, can't wait to play Hogwarts Legacy. Gonna pretend all the enemies are trans and Avada Kedavra them. So this is scratched out now, but apparently it was Podcast Now. Somebody was impersonating Podcast Now, which has been a vocal supporter of Hogwarts Legacy. So, they got a preview, I guess they were playing through it. I don't know the full details, but that's what I was told, is that that's who this was supposed to be. Again, this was somebody impersonating them. And they left this tweet up. This is supposed to be a video game journalist. That was a fake account. It was a fake account. And you're leaving it up. You scratched the name off of it, but the person who did this specifically to make Podcast Now look bad. You need to take that down. I'm just saying, it's not, obviously you're aware of it because you left it up. You just took the name off of it, but they were impersonating Podcast Now. Benjamin Snow saying he got impersonated. Someone is impersonating me while sending hateful messages everywhere. If you see something of this matter, please report. Know that I will never go out of my way to publicly harass or spread hate towards anyone. This is part of an incoming attack on the Hogwarts Legacy community. So this is the fake account for Benjamin Snow. Benjamin Snow, who is a fan, I guess, of Hogwarts Legacy. If you're into gaming and or waiting for Hogwarts Legacy, check out my YouTube channel. So he intends to stream it. Thank you, Podcast Now, for letting me know about this. So sorry about what happened to you earlier. So yeah, individuals covering Hogwarts Legacy are now being impersonated and attacked on Twitter. I thought Elon was going to clean that up. I don't think much has changed over there at Twitter. I'm kind of sad. Yeah, Podcast Now had the same problem. It seems like the same person behind it, Alex, was the one who notified me of this. Apparently they're doing the same to Alex at Podcast Now. Looks like they may be gone. Sorry this happened, Ben. I've only been here a short while. Yeah, I don't think anybody would deliberately go out of their way. I mean, you're definitely not going to go out of your way to spread hate in that fashion. If you're actually a fan of this game and you actually want this game to succeed, you're not going to do that. There are going to be some bad actors that are going to do horrible things in the name of this game. Probably activists pretending to be players. You know, we've seen this before, the false flag campaigns. We've seen it countless times with people pretending to be what they think the alt-right actually is, you know, or whatever. And just a parody of what they think conservatives are, and then they're bad actors. We've seen on the other side too. We've seen people, you know, parody quote unquote SJWs and take it to the extreme. And it's so stupid. This thing is so stupid. All of this is stupid over a game. Again, buy it, don't buy it, but a lot of people are buying it. Most people, most normal people are not aware of any of the drama associated with this game. And again, gaming journos, because they can control this space, or they think they can control this space, you know, are hyper-focused on the video game, not realizing that the amount of money she's going to get from this game is probably minuscule compared to the amount of money she gets annually from the theme parks, from the book sales. They like to point out that Pottermore is declining, but still making millions of dollars a year. She's not going to go broke. She's not going to give up Harry Potter. She's definitely not going to do it. She might have decided on her own a couple of years ago to pull a George Lucas and sell Harry Potter maybe to Warner Brothers for a couple of $1 billion. At this point, she is going to hang on to Harry Potter out of spite. She's going to hang on to Harry Potter to spite these people because she is feisty. She's not taking crap from these people. And again, I don't agree with everything she's saying. I think personally, again, personal opinion, just, you know, say your piece and move on. She's definitely gone on the offensive, but I can't imagine the amount of stuff she's had to put up with that's not broadcast, you know, on Twitter. I imagine that she has been targeted. I can't imagine what she's spending on security these days. You know, absolutely bonkers. But yeah, so this, again, is going down exactly the way I thought it was going to go down. I think that Hogwarts Legacy is going to become a second kind of a Gamergate moment where it is going to be a dividing line between the good journos and the bad journos. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. Because I think a lot of these websites, especially, you know, GameSpot and some other ones, are going to get shut down, completely sold off. These journos aren't going to have any place else to go. And I think the reason a lot of them, I'm going to be honest, this isn't to be a dick, but I think the reason a lot of them don't even look at the theme parks is most video game journalists can't even afford to go to the theme parks. So it's off of their radar, right? They can afford a $50 game. They can't afford a couple $1,000s to go to a theme park. That is my personal opinion. But I've also seen people that have been very harsh on Rowling post pictures online of themselves drinking butterbeer and stuff, you know? So that's kind of funny. In fact, I've got a folder full of people that have come after us, and a lot of them seem to be big Harry Potter fans even after she said things she said. I'm just saying, I better not hear anything from those people about not supporting Hogwarts Legacy when a couple of those people, lots of pictures of them at Universal having a good old time in Harry Potter. Just saying. I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.